Hello and welcome to another episode of Games to Sleep To, where I am here to help you get sleepy. To do that, we are playing the Bazaar here today, another run on Pygmalion. For this run, I have seen some interesting builds lately with utilizing duplicate items of yo-yos and matchboxes and things of this nature, so why don't we go ahead and choose an enchanted item and see if we can find one of those too. We don't find those, but we do see fiery piggles, toxic succulents, and turbo pepper spray. Now, the turbo part of pepper spray is actually pretty cool. It says the time you fall below half health each fight, haste 2 items for 4 seconds, which is not nothing. Toxic succulents, it gains 10% of its heal as poison, so it can scale. It's pretty slow to do so. And honestly, succulents as an item is not one I'm very excited about. So I'm looking at this fiery piggles here. Burn 5 is not nothing. And also, piggles as an item is pretty strong. If you were to get something like a matchbox, it would be pretty powerful in conjunction with it, especially putting on even more burn. Let's go ahead and take these fiery piggles here. And with that, we're going to want to look at some small items. But let's see our options. So we have gain 1 regeneration, not bad. We can go to the jungle ruins and get income. We can go to Midsworth and look at small items and large items. I think I'm going to guarantee the income here. On Pygmalion, it's just so important to have that income steadily coming in. And ooh, interesting choice. Viper, Banana Ball. Kyver Drone could have some interesting items for us that would synergize with what we're trying to do, but I like the idea of going to Banana Ball here and potentially getting this duct tape. Now, there's only 3 items that you can get from Banana Ball, so there is a higher chance that you're going to get the duct tape versus going to something like Kyvar Drone or even the Viper in terms of trying to get the exact item that you want. You know, in these early days, I am thinking about where I want this run to go, even after those 2 decisions that we made early on. There's some signposts for us to figure out where we want to take this run. And let's see if we get this duct tape, because that'll inform me if we really want to lean into small items or look elsewhere. Blue, bananas, okay, not terrible. And also, here's another big upside of taking the fiery piggles. Normally, when you win a fight, you get a piggles, and it's just a regular piggles, but because the fiery piggles is enchanted with that fiery property, all the piggles that you create will also have that burn property too. So this is creating a lot of damage for us as it continues to pump out items. Let's look what we have here. So we could get 3 spare change, tiny free monster, I believe with a toy we can get an extra experience, or we can go and look at some medium items. Because we have 12 gold here and we do want small items, I know it is a little counterintuitive to go look at some medium items, but they're just so powerful on Pig early on compared to the rest that I think it's worth it. So let's see, we have Lumbors, Golf Club, and Silk Scarf. None of these are too appealing to me. Silk Scarf is a fine item. Having it at bronze means it's not going to scale in the way that I would really want, but it can add a significant amount of block to our board. All that said, let's keep rolling. Okay. We have a new item here, this luxury kiosk. 8 seconds burn equal to this item's value, and when you sell a property, it gains more value. Not bad. I'm looking at this textiles here. It's not super strong, but it can help us bridge the gap in the early days. And, you know, I'm actually thinking about this briefcase as well. It isn't exactly what we want, but just for putting an item on the board and getting some damage, it will essentially pay for itself. So let's take that. We can put that on the board. Let's keep going. So here we have B1, B2. Andy can look at some small items or look at some cinders. B1, B2, upgrading our fiery pickles could be very strong for us. Andy has kind of all the items that we would really be looking for, but I'm going to go ahead and upgrade these pickles here. It could have been correct to go for Andy and see if we could find a small item that really synergized here, but I like getting the fiery pickles online as fast as possible. Let's see, this pickles does 4 seconds, item to the left of this gains 4 crit chance. So why don't we put that right here, give our fiery pickles a little bit more potential to do some burn, and let's get into the first fight. Let's see what they have. Switchblade, Katana, and Turbo Honing Steel. Yikes. So this Katana is going to go off pretty quickly. If we had something like regeneration, I'd feel a little less scared about this fight, but they are just going to be scaling a lot more than we are, and we're not really stacking up burn on them, so I don't think we're going to be winning this first fight, unfortunately. There it is. We perish. But that's okay. Let's see what day 2 has for us. Looking at her backpack, I realized I could have sold this blue bananas. That 20 max HP probably wouldn't have saved us anyway. But here we have the option to go to Andy. We have more gold this time, so let's do it. Okay. I like all of these items. I don't love them, but I am going to purchase all of them. And the reason I'm doing so is because we are probably going a small items build for this fire pickles. These bandages are not that powerful, but they are ultimately a point of healing or a point of shielding, which could matter for an item like bushel or for weights. And then the hatchet essentially pays for itself here, so not a bad item to just pick up because it's essentially free if you are to sell an item. You sell the truffles off. It has that 0 value, but it gives an item 1 value. So this is effectively 2 gold. And then rewards card. This item allows you to have both a bank in your backpack as it slowly generates value, but also adding value to other items is pretty strong too. Let's see what else Andy has for us. Okay. I like marbles. I'm going to take the marbles. This kukri, we don't have any healing outside of the bananas, which I'm probably going to sell. And a bronze pepper spray is just not that strong with what we have currently. So let's keep going. And teach a bronze skill for us. The skill I really would have liked to seen is an upgrade to our fire damage. However, defense grid is pretty good throughout the entirety of the game. Let's see, we have money to utilize for another shop, but I imagine I'm probably taking some free event next up, or at least somewhere in here, so I'm not opposed to just taking one of these skills, or re-rolling rather. Yeah, let's re-roll and see if we can spike that fire skill. We don't get it. However, we do get left-handed, which I will be taking here. This is a static 20 damage on your board and just a pretty nice effect overall. I am looking at our options here. I see we could get weapons, we could gain some more income, get a small tool. Let's look at what our board's going to look like. So probably something like this. We want to have our blue pickles go off as much as possible. And realistically, I'm thinking if we want to replace the hatchet, we could do something like this. It goes off a little less frequently, but we can also get these blue bananas on the board, which heal 10's not great, but it's not nothing. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm going to go with this, and I'm going to try and maximize on these marbles going off a little bit. That slowing for 1 second is not too important early on, but I think having the hatchet go off a little bit more will add to our damage in a nice way. So let's go back here and let's go to the jungle ruins. I'm going to gain this income. That's going to help us scale into the rest of the game. Now, do we defeat the rogue scrapper? I believe we do, but I'm also thinking about giant mosquito and covetous thief here. We have these marbles, and there are some good synergy items with the marbles from the giant mosquito that also work well with a small weapons build. It's kind of sacrilegious in a way not to defeat the rogue scrapper if you can, but I'm going to go for giant mosquito here. The reason is they have this proboscis. When you slow, deal 8 damage, can synergize very well with our marbles, and also they have this amber. It says slow one item for 3 seconds and your other slow items gain +1 slow. Both of these would be great pickups for us. They also have rush at the start of each fight, haste a weapon for 3 seconds, a very, very powerful skill. I would be happy to see any of those 3, and even an insect wing at silver tier is not bad as well. So let's see what they have for us. Okay, 4 crit chance on all of our items. It may not seem very good, however, it is pretty difficult to consistently gain crit chance on Pygmalion. So I'm pretty happy to see that actually. And okay, we got a fiery red piggles. I'm going to put that on the board. It says your weapons gain +2 damage for the fight. Okay, pretty nice, pretty nice. And let's look at our options here. Mountain Pass. We could go there. If we fought an enemy, we could get potentially 3 experience if we defeated them, which would allow us to level up for this next fight. Or we could take the safe play and gain income. Let's do that. I don't really want to go to JJ right now. I don't have a lot of money to work with. Get a small heal item. There are not a lot of small heal items I would like to see right now. So let's go to the Mountain Pass and think a little bit. We could just gain 1 XP. We could gain 5 gold. It's really between these two for me here. Do I want to see if I can risk a fight? I also have to win that fight, which maybe is not something I'm capable of if it is a harder monster. Or the income. Our money's not terrible. It's really, do I want to go for it and try and win this next fight? This escort the convoy could also just be an item and not even have experience, and that'd be pretty bad. So I'll take the income. I'll go for the safe play. Okay. Here, we could go to Lick It and boost our stats, which I kind of like, just taking 5 chocolates and gumballs and things of that nature. It would help us out pretty effectively right now. Kino, with their non-weapon items, could have a nice upgrade for us. And we have something we want to sell in the backpack. I don't love this hatchet on board, so let's go to Kina. Wow, Jabalian Drum. This is a pretty strong item, but we don't have anything to synergize with it currently. And we wouldn't have room for it on our board either way. I'm looking at this bandages upgrade and this piggy bank. I will take the bandages upgrade. It's small and probably unimportant, but I'm going to do so. And I'm going to sell off the briefcase, so I have my 3 gold. Let's do another turn of the wheel here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We hit 2 pretty big items here. One is the matchbox and the other is the marbles. I definitely want to pick up both. So we know we can sell this bananas, sell the spare change, and can sell this other spare change too. Let's pick up a marbles upgrade, and let's pick up this matchbox. All right, now the question is, where am I putting this matchbox? I think what I want to do is put it in place of the hatchet, but the hatchet doing 26 damage every 6 seconds, also getting charged. Let's optimize here. It's a tough call. You know what? We probably want to burn as much as possible, so let's do something like... No, that was okay. Yeah, I think this is going to be more damage overall. Because, and I guess it may be actually better than bandages. Yeah, just mathematically, it might be better than bandages, although bandages does proc our matchbox to go off even faster. And how we are trying to win is burn. Okay, I've come back around on it. Let's go with this board here. Pickles is going to be charging our matchbox and our blue pickles, and then hopefully this matchbox is going to be charging our marbles. And let's get into it. Let's see what they have. They have a Toxic Kukri, pretty scary with this Ganjo. Yo-Yo will be scaling. I'm not too worried about it, but really we got to be putting on a lot of burn onto them for us to win this fight, which it looks like where they have 25 burn on them right now. Pretty easy. Love to see it. And let's take a look at our items real quick and just a recap. So the matchbox went off 7 times, did 28 burn. It's a lot of damage. Nice. Okay, day 3. So we probably want to be looking more at non-weapon items. Seeing Aaliyah here who sells weapons, not exactly what we want. Could get a heal item, could go to the aerodrome. See what pickles we got. Another fiery pickles, nice. If we get something like a yo-yo, that could be pretty good. All that said, do we want to look for a yo-yo? I'm willing to, especially with this left-handed skill. I think I'd be willing to see what Aaliyah has for us. Hey, a yo-yo. And also a snowmobile. I'm not too familiar with this. Every 7 seconds, deal 20 damage. This gains 10 damage for the fight. Okay, and then this gains haste, or when you freeze, charge it. Pretty cool. Not what we're doing, but I will take this yo-yo. And I don't want to spend any more gold rerolling here, so let's get out of this shop. Ooh, sweet. Can get 5 bronze tier spare change, so that's just 5 gold. I'll take it. Put that in the backpack. Alright, and how are we adding to our board here? I think we're doing something like this. Let's see, to the right of this, we want to do this. Okay, looks good to me. And you know what? Let's put this rewards card on our spare change. Okay, what are our options? Economic Seminar, Guard Locker, Sylvia. I think it's going to be Economic Seminar here. The reason is we can gain such tremendous value for 4 gold that I think it's worth it. And we get a rewards card upgrade, and we get a briefcase, so definitely made out with more than 4 gold's worth of items. Love to see it. So I'm going to sell one of these spare change here, just because we know we're going to generate a pickles if we win this next fight, which I feel pretty confident that we can. Dabbling Apprentice doesn't have much for us. Frost Street Challenger, I don't believe it does as well. Let's fight the Scout Trooper. It's a little scary fighting the Scout Trooper because they don't necessarily have, or we don't have a lot of healing to counteract their damage, but I think we're just going to be able to put enough burn on them to where we'll win the fight pretty handily. And as our health dwindles here from 32 points of burn, looks like that's exactly what we're going to do. And they give us gunpowder. Okay. We get another fiery pickles. Very nice. Sell a spare change. Get this gunpowder. Let's see what we have. Ooh, Valpak. Valpak could generate a lot of money for us, which I really like. Nufu. There are skills that I want, but I like taking the money here. Let's do that. And they have a pickles upgrade for us. Nice. I'm gonna take that. Alright, so let's sell our bronze tier items. Making sure that we put this hatchet here so we can sell this truffles, put the value on it, sell that off. And then this briefcase is really nice. We sell this, we sell this. That's 1 bronze tier, so +1, +2, +3 value. Sweet. That was awesome. Okay, so looking at the items that they have, Steam Ladle I know is a very good item. For 2 gold, I'm kind of inclined to take it here. I don't know that it would be better than bandages on board right now, but adding burn to our opponents is our primary win condition. We probably are not going to be leveling up, but that's okay. So I don't know if we'd be adding it to our board is what I'm trying to say right now. I am going to take this fixer-upper though, and I am going to start scaling it. So all that said, do I want the Steam Ladle for $2? Sure. Now do I want to reroll? Not really. There are things that I certainly could get to upgrade my board, but I don't necessarily need that right now. And okay, we have gain regeneration, B1, B2 to upgrade a bronze tier item, or Quixel. Quixel does have small and medium items. I am trying to upgrade my fixer-upper with as much value as I can. Was there any bronze item upgrades I really want to see right now? Not so much, so let's just get our value from Quixel. Oh man, that's a huge find for us. This ledger here. This ledger is very important for us because we just picked this fixer-upper up and into our backpack, so let's take that for sure. So, ledger says when you sell 10 items, adjacent items gain 5 value. With our piggles, we're going to be generating a lot of small items, and just in general, having this can add a lot of value, but really, the big draw here is it makes our fixer-upper even better. So, very excited to see that. And I'm just taking a quick look at our piggles here. 2 right piggles. Okay. Now do we want to reroll? 4 gold would put us to 5. I do have money that I'm willing to spend. Oh, I clicked the leave encounter anyway. Let's just say that's serendipity and we should have done that to begin with. Okay, we're fighting a Pygmalion. Pygmalion, do we want to add bandages or take bandages off? I think that's fine. So, put the Steam Ladle on board. And do we want to also take these marbles off the board? Probably not. Okay. So, let's do some optimizing here. I'm going to put the crit chance piggle on my yo-yo. And let's see, fiery piggles. Can put this, give your weapons +2 damage on the side of the piggles here, so it goes off more frequently. Our matchbox is next to our marbles, which is what we want. And yeah, I think we're gonna run this. Is there any way to fit this on my board? It's better than Steam Ladle. Doesn't look like it. Okay. And we have a space in our backpack for if we win the fight. Let's do it. Also, I love that Pygmalion skin. I would really enjoy getting that. What do they got here? So they have a toxic bird, they have a matchbox, and they have a pretty good sustain. Let's see if we can do enough burn damage to fight through this. These cargo shorts and the weights are pretty concerning. This toxic bird is also doing a lot of work for them right now. And I think they just have a little too much for us. That's unfortunate. They also had a level advantage on us, but I don't know that that would have mattered. Their build was just pretty nice. Okay, so what is there a bronze item we want to upgrade here now that we have a level up opportunity? I don't think so. I think I'd rather see if we can get a fire skill. These are not fire skills, so let's reroll. And these are not fire skills, however, we do see right-handed, which pairs really well with left-handed or crit chance. I'm going to take the right-handed here. If you have right-handed and then left-handed and there's only one weapon on the board, they all go to the same place, and thus our yo-yo does 41 damage. Pretty nice. And also, thinking about it a little bit more, I probably should have had the yo-yo on the side of the marbles, just because this 4 crit chance probably wasn't going to matter. But hindsight, 2020. Let's look at our options here. So we could gain a scrap, could look at some skills, we could go to Quick Soul. Quick Soul is probably what I'm going to do here just so I can keep scaling this fixer upper. Nufu does have skills, but they're probably going to be bronze tier right now, and they're going to be a lot of gold, so may not be a huge upgrade for us, and this is guaranteed value. Alright, Aurora Drone, Boomerang, Silver Jabalion Longbow is interesting, but not incredible. Let's put some items on our board here. I think I'm not going to go with any of these options. I guess the boomerang could give us some value, so I will take that. For 4 gold, it could pay for itself. And do I reroll here? I think I'm going to save the 4 gold. Okay, so we could look at some medium items. We could gain some max HP. I kind of like going max HP here. There are medium items that'd be good for us, but I like the prospect of gaining max HP and regeneration. This 5 regeneration could be all we need to win a fight, so pretty strong. Okay. Now, if I do put the boomerang on the board, it means the yo-yo is going to be a little less effective, but that is okay. So we could do something like this, where we're scaling our boomerang and we're scaling our yo-yo. Wrestler Matchbox is not going to be as good if we take these off the board. But all that said, I think this is what I'm going to run. It almost makes me feel hesitant to say that we could defeat Prince Marianus, but I think our build is strong. And we're going to need an extra space if we do win. So let's sell this Blue Pickles. This gunpowder, probably not going to be effective for us, but it is something that I'm willing to hold on to in our backpack for a while, just to see if we hit something like spices or another ammo item that would work well on our board. The reason Prince Marianus is a little bit scary here is they're going to be proccing their electric eels a lot and thus going to be putting a lot of damage on their board. But all that said, I do think we have a pretty strong amount of damage here, so feeling pretty comfortable. Okay, coconut, not bad. And we gain golden fiery pickles, nice. Let's sell this med kit. Take the coconut, diamond coconut. And okay. So, we're gonna definitely be putting this on the board. We need replacing our plus 8 damage piggle with our plus 12 damage piggle. And do we want to upgrade with anything for B1, B2? Upgrading a boomerang would be nice, but not incredibly important. Sylvia could have a nice upgrade for us. Yeah, let's go to Sylvia, just because also with our rewards card we want to scale that fixer-upper. Yo-yo upgrade, nice. And Bushel, we don't have any shields. I am willing to reroll here, so let's reroll. Okay, pawn shop and a silver silk scarf, brass knuckles. Brass knuckles is actually looking pretty good here. We can scale it rather effectively. Yeah, let's do that. We don't need to sell that. Can sell this coconut and can sell these bandages. Can put brass knuckles onto the board. and keep on moving. Okay, gotta level up here. Let's look at some silver skills. Lifting, that's pretty nice. Reserve shield, good too. Sharp corners, also very strong, but I think we're gonna go with lifting here. Lifting says your weapons have +1 damage, and when you buy a weapon, increase this bonus. So, a way to effectively keep scaling our weapons. And it sort of synergizes with Ledger. Not tremendously, but it is a synergy nonetheless. And just looking at our board here, fortunately, we have a lot of right piggles that care about items to the right of them, so we're not maximizing there. All this said, I do want to gain these chocolate bars so that we can keep upgrading our deed with the ledger. We would have to sacrifice some items to do so. Not something I really want to do right now, although getting chocolate bars could be very big. But all that said, Andy could have some nice items for us, so let's visit Andy. Hot stones, burn 5 and gain 5 regen for the fight. It's pretty good. Probably better than the steam ladle. Yeah. 5 regeneration's not nothing right now, so I'm gonna pick that up. I don't really want pepper spray, I don't want ointment. Let's keep rolling. And okay. Crystal bonsai, monocle. I am going to sell the steam ladle, and I'm going to pick up the crystal bonsai. The reason I'm doing so is that this can generate some value for us when we are guaranteed to win, which could be next fight, or realistically, I'll probably put it on board for when we face an enemy, or face a monster rather, a non-player controlled monster. And all right, gunpowder, unfortunate, but I'm gonna sell you. And let's keep moving. So our board's not optimal. We have really this piggles here, which I would rather replace with crystal bonsai, but I don't really want to run the risk of losing it. And let's see here. I'm wondering if I put this 12 damage on my brass knuckles instead of on the yo-yo. The yo-yo is going to be going off more, so I think it makes sense to keep it on the yo-yo. The brass knuckles would turn this 12 damage into 24 damage because it has double damage, but I think this yo-yo is going to do more damage overall. So, one last look at the board. All right, let's run it. Okay, so they have a beast of burden. And that beast of burden, when it goes off, probably will one-shot us. So that's not very good. Oh yeah, we gotta go way faster than this. But it's gonna be pretty close here. Darn. Their cargo shorts went off and the fight was over. That's okay. We had a little bit more max HP. Could have gotten those chocolates. Maybe that would have helped us survive. Here we are. Okay. So, I could get some chocolates here. I could start selling off some of these piggles and things, which frankly are not that powerful right now. So I am kind of interested in doing that. And Barkin could have a big return on that value. So let's go to Barkin. Bootstraps. I do like bootstraps. Let's try and buy bootstraps. I can sell one of these piggles off. And let's buy the bootstraps. And let's reroll here. Shipment. Okay. Do we want to try and go hard for a shipment here? Maybe. What I'm looking at right now is we're one away from getting our ledger value. We want to have this boomerang on the board for our next fight. We want to have crystal bonsai on the board too. So I'm kind of looking to sell some items here. And to do that, I'm going to sell this fiery piggles, these hot stones. I just seeing the hot stones in action wasn't too impressed by them. But that is what it is. Let's gain our value. Right-handed on the yo-yo. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to gain the +1 value off the items that I sold here to Barkin. It's not a huge thing, but I'm probably going to sell those off anyway, and I'm going to be looking for a shop after our next fight where I'd be willing to sell a boomerang and crystal bonsai realistically, so we're going to look for some replacements for them. So B1, B2, not really what we want. Get a small weapon. That would help scale our lifting. JJ could have anything. Let's get a small weapon here. It's going to do double damage. Wow. Dragon Whelp. Hold on. Hold on. I didn't think I'd be getting such a good item. Wow. Okay. So Dragon Whelp with our left-handed and right-handed upgrades could do an insane amount of damage. Hold up, hold up. Okay. Let's just look at something real quick. Can't even do this. A 43 burn every 10 seconds. We could put the piggles on it. We could put our fiery red 12 damage piggle on it. Okay. Okay, okay. And if we're doing that, just looking at our fight as well, we are doing that, then how are we facilitating our board space? It's not ideal to not have the boomerang on board, but can we even win against Mod Squad with this board? Let's look it up. So I have howbazaar.gg pulled up just for us to do this. Let's look at Mod Squad. I think they're on day 5. So they have 1200 health. Bulldozer, it's going to be going off. They're really doing most of their damage through this bulldozer. They do have heal through first aid in. And also beautiful friendship. When you use a friend, your weapons gain 3 damage for the fight. Dragon Whelp is a friend, so that would synergize. I think it might be worth taking the risk here. And I think I'm actually going to take the boomerang off the board to try and guarantee that we are able to defeat this monster here. And yeah, I just feel like that's going to be a large amount of burn. Let's get our items where they should be. And unfortunately, this Piggles is not doing too much for us right now. But yeah, wow. I feel like this is going to do way more than we're doing with the Yo-Yo and Brass Knuckles. Fixer-upper on the board. Not really ideal, but you know what? We can at least give it some value on the way out. And why don't we, probably going to sell our Brass Knuckles pretty soon, so goodbye. Okay. A lot of talking. Let's hit the Mod Squad. The reason I really want to go Mod Squad here too is I want to catch up on the XP I missed out on from not fighting the most powerful enemies we could have, the most high value enemies we could have early on. So I want to get that 3 XP versus a 2 XP of the other monsters, even if there was a fire synergy monster. Ooh, charcoal. When you use another friend, this gains 1 burn for the fight. Okay. And we have some options. So I'm going to go a little crazy here. 3 crit chance, blue piggle. It's better than this one. Let's try and gain some value back from our ledger. So I'm going to sell this. I'm going to sell the charcoal. I don't think it's really what we want. Brass knuckles. Gonna sell that. And now we need one more space. I'll sell the crystal bonsai. Need 4 more items here. Now we have 5 spaces across the board, so we can get 5 spare change. That is 10 gold, so pretty nice. Okay, I do need some item upgrades, so let's go to Sylvia and let's make sure that we're scaling our fixer-upper here. VIP pass. Pretty good one. It says every 7 seconds, haste adjacent properties for 1 second, and when you use an adjacent property, increase its value and this item's value by 1. So that's a pretty nice way to scale. I am gonna sell some things. So let's sell spare change. Let's buy the VIP pass. And let's re-roll here. I don't really want a masterpiece. Don't really want this crystal bonsai, even though that could gain us some more value in the future. And cool, cash register, snow globe. We're really tight on space here. And bootstraps has how many more upgrades? Just 1 on the matchbox that we care about. I definitely want to upgrade these bootstraps, but I also really want to upgrade the ledger. So that's contentious, very contentious. Okay. Well, I'm saying all this because I want to add the cash register to our backpack. And I guess I could. So let's look at our board here. So we could put the cash register, that'd be 1, 2, and then we need 2 more slots. Yo-yo, I'd probably sell up with a VIP pass on board. So we're doing something like this. And probably doing something like this. Okay. I think I'm seeing something I like here. We're not going to be getting maximum value on the VIP pass, but we are going to be scaling our fixer-upper in battle, which I like. And then this is 4 slots for our cash register. Yeah, I'm here for it. And I know we can sell at least 2 of these right now. Pick up the cash register. I'm not really a huge fan of Snow Globe. It frees items that aren't really contributing to another more powerful synergy, like an Ice Club or scaling our damage. It's not really what I'm going to be doing right now, so let's keep rolling. All right. The Lost Crate. The Lost Crate has an upgrade hammer, which could upgrade our matchbox. Could gain 120 max HP, or I could go look at some small items. I think I'm just going to take the max HP here. And yeah, trying to see what else there could be. Small items, I mean, could replace this blue piggles here. That would be sensible. Also, this fiery right piggles needs to be in the right spot. Don't go anywhere, friend. So we kind of have 1 or 2 items that we'd be willing to upgrade off our board. Even this matchbox is not looking incredible. But I really like the free HP. You know what? I've also realized that I would like to scale our fixer-upper. So let's keep going to some item shops so I can do that. Okay. Well, let's gain our value. We can put our ledger here. What are we going to look so? 1, 2. Now we have 1 more to sell here. I'm going to put it on that. And man, if this piggy bank was only a higher tier, that'd be pretty nice. But all that said, that's 2 gold to put 10 gold on our board, so I'll take it. And we'll do that right now. And we can now go back here, put these items back on the board as they were. And let's see, we have 2 spaces for this. Probably need 1 more. I do not want to sell the yo-yo. Gold yo-yo is just so potentially so powerful. Is it ever going to be better than the Dragon Whelp? With our board, probably not. I mean, with our board, what we want to do is be able to scale Fixer Upper so much that it becomes our main damage dealer. So yeah, I think I'm off this yo-yo. I've sold the yo-yo. My best friend. Highly unfortunate. Anyway. Okay. So we've done all this. I don't think adding any of these to our board will make a difference. So let's get into the next fight. You know, I could have bought the laser defense system as well, just for another proc of lifting, but it seemed like kind of a high price to do so. Alright, they have double seaweed and they're scaling poison. Pretty scary, and they're slowing our dragon whelp. Stop doing that, please. We do have a ton of burn on them, though. Man. 158 burn. 2 seaweed ain't gonna fight through that. Nice, nice, nice. Dragon whelp really coming through here. 79 burn. Man. Very strong. Okay, day 6. Let's see what items we got. So we got... Oh, wow. I guess they had a pickles on board. We got 2 pickles. Crazy. Okay. Another right damage pickle. Not really what we want. We missed out on a spare change, but I guess we got a yellow pickle, so that's cool. Okay. So we have those. We could look at non-weapon items. We could gain 2 XP. Or we could start scaling our fixer upper more. Let's just keep value maxing here. The 2 XP would be very good, but this fixer upper is the thing that I want to be as powerful as possible. Gold Jabalian Drum. Okay, not really what we want. Let's reroll. And Gumball Machine, huh? I'm also looking at a lemonade stand. We don't have space for a lemonade stand. But, okay. So we can sell this, at least. Yeah, maybe the 2 XP was better. Anyway, don't see any of the items that I really love. We are probably only going to get like 1 piece of value off bootstraps, but that's okay. Before having to sell it off. I'm not sure that I want to upgrade it. And okay, so we could look at more small items. So we have, again, a couple spaces on the board we'd be willing to get rid of. An upgrade to the VIP pass could be pretty good. So getting chocolates would allow us to scale our fixer upper. That's what we're really trying to do, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go for the safe play here. I am even going to sell the bootstraps, and I'm going to get some chocolates. I'm even going to get some gold tier chocolates too. And we can sell 1, 2, 3, 4. And don't need to sell the last one just yet. And just checking our board here. Make sure that we are scaling appropriately. Yeah, looks fine. And the Lich. Do we defeat the Lich? Let's look. Howbazaar.gg. Here we are. The Lich. 1900 health. And they're going to be gaining 10 regen for the fight. They're going to be doing a lot of burn and poison. Every time I face the Lich, I feel like I do not beat the Lich. But all that said, our dragon is very strong. You know, I'm going to go for it. We're not likely to win this fight, to be honest, but I do kind of just want to see if we can. Let's hold our breath on this one. Slowing our items, freezing our items. They don't freeze the dragon, notably, so appreciate that. They also have just a ton of regen. Yeah, we're not beating this guy. Where are they getting the regen from? Oh, right. This just gives them more regen. And also these other items. Yeah, whatever. You live, you learn. Nowhere near close enough to do it. We've mixed out on even more XP. Not ideal, not ideal, but that's okay. Alright, so back on track here. Let's look at some medium items. Belt is pretty nice. We're not freezing. We could with this booby trap, but I don't really want to do that. Do we want to put a belt on board? Not really. Let's roll past that. Okay, definitely taking this ATM machine. And we can sell that ATM machine pretty immediately. Gain our value. Don't have to sell that just yet. And is there a world where we have cargo shorts? So we could put it in place of this Piggles. And maybe this matchbox. And then we would have toy, tool, medium, large property. Yeah, it's not that big. I don't think that's worth it. Do we have space for a vending machine? The answer is no, but it is an upgrade to our cash register. So if we sold this, we bought that, be 2 spaces. 1, 2, and then we'd have 3 more. Yeah, we wouldn't have space for that, but notably, it does give us 3 items instead of 2. So I am going to purchase it. And not going to need this any longer. Okay, and our fixer-upper did upgrade, so it gets a little more value. Love to see it. Let's keep moving. Despite not winning that fight, we do level up, so that is pretty nice. And we could work at the docks, get some more money. I am going to see what properties we find here. Another ATM. We'll purchase it, gain some more income. And I don't want a money tree, Aurora Dome, not really what I want. Let's re-roll. Nice, a balcony. We will need to get this at some point. So I think let's take the opportunity to purchase it now. And that will be probably better on our board than some of what we have going on here. Let's see, there's no good place to really put these marbles. So is it just Matchbox that we want on board? Let's see, also just looking at Beehive, Hogwash. Yeah, I don't think we're buying those right now. Yeah, to properly take advantage of marbles, we would want to have 2 items in between it. But all of our items are set up in a place where we would want them. So it's a little tough. I'm also going to sell this off. Yeah, we can keep the marbles in the backpack for now. Scaling burn is our win condition, so we'll keep rolling with that. Okay. Upgrade a silver tier or lower item. Let's look at what a dragon whelp upgrade would do. Let's see, items, dragon whelp. So, lower cooldown. That would be very strong. It's also not stronger than upgrading our ledger, I don't think. So, let's upgrade our ledger. Again, the fixer-upper is our primary win con for the late game. So however we can enable that, that is what we want to do. Let's get our items situated here again. Let's see, so this is going to make 3, and then Piggles could make a potential 4. So we have the 4 spaces. We're playing against a dually, and let's see what they got. Okay, it looks like they have a hasting friend build. They don't look to be super powerful. So we'll see how this goes. Our Dragon Whelp goes off, puts a nice amount of burn on him. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be able to power through this pretty handily. They were starting to scale that Clarence pretty well, but we were doing a pretty good amount of shielding, and putting all that burn on them with Dragon Whelp was big game. Day 7. Let's see what we got. Your items gain +3 crit chance. I think I've seen you before, friend, but welcome. Loving that you're here. Okay, so we could get some money, an item, gain regen, go to Curio. I like Curio. I think Curio has enough that we could buy and sell to where it'd be worth it. And again, make sure we're scaling our fixer-upper here. All right, Curio. Well, let's sell some items. Sell our truffles, sell our chocolate bar, and let's do this maybe. Okay, so we can sell this, and it's back on board. Now, makeshift barricade. Definitely gonna get this junkyard club. We're definitely gonna get the old sword. Definitely gonna get spike club. Make this easy on ourselves. Sell this. Sell this. Sell this. And let's buy the shielded barricade or buckler, spike buckler. It's highlighting the matchbox, which is strange. Let's put that on our dragon. Crit chance. Put it on our dragon. Makeshift barricade. Let's put it on our marbles. We might sell this marbles, but that's okay. Let's reroll here. Nothing we really want. I guess I will take the scale mail. And I'll just put a little upgrade on our fixer-upper. Never hurt nobody. Okay. So good amount of gold generated there. I'm wondering if I should just buy these 3 items just to keep scaling our fixer-upper. You know what? I think I am. That also helps our lifting skill. 4. Don't really need to worry about that too much. And frozen bludgeon. Heck, I'll do it. And don't need to do that right now. Don't need to sell that right now. Okay. It's looking like chocolate bars would be good for us. Let's go to chocolate bars. Sell this off. Can put, yeah. Get some chocolate bars. We need 1 more space. Sure, I'll sell the marbles. Get our chocolate bars. And now, I can sell this, sell this, sell this, sell this. Put that back on board. And look at our fights. Radiant Corsair. Man, Radiant Corsair has the best skills and upside for us. Can we beat them? I think we can with our scaling of fire damage, so let's do it. Our fixer-upper as well is generating a pretty good amount of block. The Radiant Corsair doesn't do a small amount of damage, but I think we are going to be doing way more than what they are doing in terms of damage. And as we see here, just generating tons and tons of shield. Pretty tough for them to fight through that. And our Dragon Whelp is so large, so in charge, so handsome or beautiful, whichever they want to be. And hey, a Fire Reaper skill would not be bad. Instead we get a Lighthouse. Pretty strong, pretty strong. Okay. All that said, however strong it might be, I'm probably going to sell it off. We did sell off our marbles, so the synergy is not really there for it. Just looking at this fire red piggles here. Let's sell this lighthouse. And let's look at our skills. So Fortis, shield skills. We are primarily trying to shield. Weapon skills, We do have a nice weapon, which we could keep buffing. But I think I'm going to look at gold tier skills here. Again, this fixer-upper is really what I want to be winning the game with, or getting to 10 wins with. And however we can facilitate that would be the best. And gold tier skills generally have more like properties matters skills. So I've decided to go there. All that said, housewarming gifts. Whenever you buy property, gain a gold in the spare change. It's pretty good. It'll allow us to utilize our ledger more and more. It's pretty effective. Big numbers also good. Let's go with housewarming gifts. Get some more chocolates. And wow, an upgrade for an item. I think I'm going to upgrade the ledger here. Yep. Let's see what the VIP pass looks like. Just curiosity. VIP pass. So it doesn't increase the value. That's really what I was looking to see. It does haste more, but I think we're just better off increasing the value of our, or upgrading our ledger rather. So it puts 15 value on our properties when we sell these items. Okay, very nice. So 6 away, I have 2 in our bag. I think I'm willing to look at some medium skills. You know, I could, or medium items, I could try and gain some experience back through the mountain pass. It's not nothing. I'm feeling okay on our income and on our money situation in total. That said, 3 gold chocolate bars works very well with our ledger. But I could also buy and sell items through here. Yeah, that's pretty tough. We do already have balcony. Maybe we want like a stained glass window to also keep scaling our fixer-upper. And this also could have the shield item that does spike shield, that does damage based on the amount of shield you have. So yeah, let's go look at some medium items. And did we have this in the right place? We did. Great. To the left, right. Is that better than charging this 3 seconds? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. So Matchbox is not very powerful on our board right now, but let's do some buying and selling. So I got a pinata. Let's buy this, sell these chocolates. And we want to upgrade our vending machine. Not really. Not really. Hey, more income? Take it. Oh, and that's a property. So we've missed out on a little bit of value here, but we did get 1 spare change. So that's nice. And man, it's a big, expensive chocolate bar. Okay. Adlotl. Globe. You know, we're generating so much money that I'm willing to just buy and sell these. And we don't need to do that yet, but I am going to do it. Again, do we want to put this on board? I don't think so. It's crazy, but I don't think so. And do we have enough space? We do. Let's create 3, let's create 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Well, let's run it. I would not want to see a poison build here, but I feel confident that we could potentially go through a weapon build, a 1-weapon build. I'm less confident about, but we'll see how this shakes out. Oh, they crit on the first shot, and they crit on the second shot. Okay, sometimes it happens. All right, day 7. So what do we got here? Non-weapon items, aerodrome, regeneration. Let's take a look at some non-weapon items and try and really get this as big as we can. Okay. So let's sell some things. Sell our truffles, sell our spare change. And we can sell this chocolate bar. Now, when you burn, heal 10, gain 1 regen. We are not burning a ton, so I don't really love that. All of a sudden, I am going to sell this so that we can buy a beehive. And then we gain all these cool, fun things. Sell that, and oh, that was the wrong one to sell. Oh, whoops. Okay. Pawn shop. We have enough space for it and its goodies. So let's buy and sell. There's a stained glass window. We'll buy the monocle just so I can sell the monocle. Do I sell the pawn shop? It's not really the one that I want, so I'm going to sell it. I'm going to buy this stained glass window. And I'm going to sell this chocolate bar, sell the spare change. And put my items into play. Okay. Okay, can probably sell this matchbox too. Don't need to get too hasty with it. Let's keep moving. Missing out on that 15 gold is no small thing, but it is what happened, and that's okay. Again, medium items could have the spiky shield, which I'm getting close to the point where I would like to replace these two with the spiky shield. But gumballs is just guaranteed great with our fixer-upper and ledger, and we'd gain all the money back that we put into it. Yeah, let's do that. So, don't need to get too crazy with it. Let's go to gumballs. Buy some gumballs. Sell some gumballs. Pressing the button on 7. Okay, there we go. Hello, gumballs. There we are. Okay, I think I'm going to need to restart my game here. Let's do that real quick. Okay, we restarted our game and the gumballs button works. So, let's buy and sell our gumballs. I wish I could buy them 5 at a time, but didn't necessarily have the space for it. Okay, Dr. Vortex. Could be interesting. Let's put a fixer-upper back in. Can sell that. And sell these pretty soon too. Do we want to do something like this? Maybe even this. Yeah, I think I'm willing to do that. I think I'm willing to do that. This may be less damage overall than just having this go off faster. That's probably true. Okay, never mind. Fiery Pickle's back in place. I am going to put the VIP pass in between my 2 properties instead of with the Pickles, just because gaining some more value on these properties I think would be wise. All that said, I really only want value on the fixer-upper. That's not true. I could get in a position to where I'm playing more than 1 property and we have 5 or less, and then we're rocking this 10% less cooldown. So I'll keep it as is. And to our fights. Car Conductor. Let's take a look at a couple of these. So let's look at day 8. Car Conductor. They do have a captain's wheel, which would work very nicely with our fixer-upper. Cosmic Rock has some cooldown reduction, which I think could be very beneficial to us. And Dr. Vortex, they have a cool skill, but I don't love much of their other things outside of maybe cog. Hmm. Yeah, cosmic rock, car conductor, probably what I want. Let's look at our experience. We're going to level up either way. I like getting some cooldown reduction, so let's do that. And this is already done this fixer-upper generating 1200 shield for us. Feels pretty good. We're not doing a ton of damage now. We really do need to get an enchantment on this fixer-upper that does damage, or we get the spiky shield. But one thing at a time. Okay, so I can sell this. Let's take this, and we are level 9. 3 value. 3 value is good. I think, going to just take. I can sell this. 9. Let's put this in place. Whoops. Do this. Okay, doesn't want to do that. That's fine. Okay, maybe we need to restart our game yet again. Let's do that real quick. Okay, so we've got our ledger in the right place, and we are going to get silver tier loot. Nice. Just thinking cooldown reduction would be great. So we know we're going to sell that. We're going to sell this matchbox for sure. Gain our value. And, just seeing our shops, I'm going to keep that there. Let's look at some large items. Okay. Double whammy, pig's gem, landscraper. These look like prime candidates for buying and selling. Let's do that. Let's, yep. Let's sell this. And then we can buy landscraper. We can sell landscraper. Sell these off. Can buy pig's gem. And this is only properties, right? Yeah. Let's keep rolling from there. Beast of Burden. Probably not today. And need 7 more. Pawn shop. Okay. So we can sell this. Buy a pawn shop. Sell this. And let's gain maximum value. Sell this. Sell this. Okay. Beast of Burden. Oh yeah, money tree. Some buying and selling. Okay. Beast of Burden. 12 gold. Sure. Oh yes, it is also a property, and I realize that. So that's pretty nice. Is it somehow better than Dragon Whelp? Doesn't look like it. So let's buy it. Let's sell it. Skill upgrades, huh? I think we want to look for Spiky Shield. We also, I recognize, probably want something to replace Stained Glass Window in play. Yeah, let's look at some weapons. There's Spiky Shield. I also forgot about this. That's fine. And do something like that. Go back to what we were doing before. Okay, let's buy and sell these weapons. Another Beast of Burden. Nice, nice. So go 1, 2. Here. I'll buy and sell this. And let's see, 2 spaces we'd want to free up. That's tricky. I could also just sell this rewards card and you free up a space. It's not optimal. Vending machine. Vending machine's about to get us 3 items. I am going to sell that. I don't think that's correct, but it is what I'm going to do. Okay. Snowmobile. 32 gold. Not really what I want to do. Okay. Let's see what this Vanessa has in store for us. Looks like a 1-weapon build, and they have a good amount of slow. This is going to probably crit every time. It's going to be scaling as well. So it's going to come down to timings on our spiky shield. And nope, they just crit right through us. Okay. That captain's wheel and the dock lines. This dock lines was very brutal for us. Okay, but now we can get an enchantment. I really was hoping for a fire poison. Slow is fine. Let's go for a random enchantment on our fixer-upper. And it slowed anyway. I think that has happened to me now 4 or 5 times in a row. So, fun. Anyway, let's think about what we need to do from here. So we're going to get level 10. That is going to allow us to get another upgrade, which will potentially just put right back on the fixer-upper. We have a lot of money to roll through arrow jump. We also have a lot of money for curio. So I think I'm going to go for curio here. And we're just going to buy and sell it all. Even the crit chance on this is fine. Do we want more money, or do we want to scale this stained glass window? I think we want more money. So how many away are we? 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put this here. Sell this and sell this. 1 away. Sure. Buy that. Yep. This. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. Sell it. Sell it. Sell it. This. And 6 away, so we can buy this. Sell that. Put this back on board. Put this over here. Now looking at our options here, let's keep buying and selling stuff. So let's go to bargain. Realize that I have yet again forgot about my rewards card, is what it is. But let's sell this insect wing, put this back up here. And then can buy this property. And yeah, let's gain some more money. Buying and selling, buying and selling. Vending machine, also property. Buy, sell. Noticing a pattern here. Open sign, don't really need that. Skyscraper, now that's a heck of an item. Okay, so let's buy this skyscraper. And I think we're playing the skyscraper. So, can sell. Put this up here. Skyscraper says it deals damage equal to 3 times the value of your items, and it has double value in combat. If you fire fewer items, it has multicast. So we want to have as high value items as we can. That being said, we're still buying and selling. I do want to buy this hogwash. Sell this fiery piggles. Got some value on those two. I think the spiky shield is important. Dragon whelp is so much damage, but I think its time has unfortunately come to an end. Now again, thinking about this spiky shield. So how is our board going to look? Probably something like this. We could even play the spiky shield in place of stained glass window, but stained glass window is more than likely going to be something that we just need to have on our board to scale as much as possible and to have the cooldown reduction. So I think this is what it's going to look like. And all that said, we can sell the spiky shield if that's what we're going to do. Let's get the hogwash. And we can sell these things. And let's just see how this performs. You know, Elite Duelist has a skill that gives our items lifesteal, which would be very strong. Also, Bloodreef Captain has Captain's Wheel, which could replace our stained glass window. Those are the only two that I really want. Roaming Isle doesn't have anything I want, so it's between those two. Big Ego is a diamond tier skill, and this is a gold item. It's highly unlikely that I'm able to get this compared to the Bloodreef Captain just because there's less items for the Bloodreef Captain. So I think because of all that, also full arsenal is not a bad one. I'm going to go for Bloodreef Captain here. Getting the lifesteal would be the biggest upgrade for sure, but statistically there's just more upgrades that I would enjoy having from the Bloodreef Captain. And we get a crow's nest. Okay. That's a property. Oh wow. It's exactly what we wanted. Poison. That being said, we do have this skyscraper now. I think it's just too good. I think it's too good not to do. We could have also put the poison on the skyscraper now that I think about it, but this is going off every 3 seconds. Yeah, maybe it's a little too hasty. I just want to check that out. So skyscraper. Poison equal 10% of this item's damage. Yeah, so that actually was the play. Just so that I could preserve the slow. But that's okay too. I think in some ways getting the poison to go off a little sooner is not even that bad of a deal. And additionally, the skyscraper is not what I want on board. I would rather have, I forget what the item is called currently, but it's a healing item that scales with value. Okay, so sell, and then yeah, let's go buy and sell the world here. This, go to Herma. Just missing out on all my rewards card value. That's okay. That's okay. And what does this do? Private Hot Springs. Gain 8 regeneration for the fight. Burn 8. It is a property. When you freeze, charge this. I'm not really doing that, but I am going to buy it and sell it. I'm also going to buy these cargo shorts, which I believe, because I have a property on board, will proc my housewarming gifts. And it does. I'll take it. Nice. Buy, sell, buy, sell, sell it, buy it. Keep rolling. Luxury tents. Interesting. Also, how many are we away? 5? Okay. Luxury tents. It's all my gold to get this item, to buy it and sell it. Little expensive. A little expensive, but you know, I could sell this rewards card. Yeah, let's keep going. Buy and sell everything. Okay. And so we could gain some XP. Hitting level 11 would be very nice. Our options are spare change, shrouded figure, and economic items. We could also have an upgrade to our stained glass window or a balcony. Yeah, I think that could be worth it. Let's go look at Prospero. Okay, Skies or Space Scraper has triple value in combat. Shield equal 2 times the value of your items. So our board could be this. We could take out the balcony in the window. Put in the Space Scraper. No, you can't take out the balcony. That's non-negotiable. Having even more poison on our fixer-upper is way better. So, we're not going to do that. But, prime candidate for buying and selling, I'll tell you what. So, let's sell our VIP pass. Buy it. Keep rolling. Pig's Gym. Sell, sell, sell. Pig's Gym we will buy. Is this a property? Nope. Okay. Pig's Gym, buy it. And we're selling it. And yeah, why not? Just buy it all. Sell it all. And I am going to get the last bit of value here. We're a do or die situation, so anything to make our board more powerful I will be doing here. As we go into our fight against Vanessa. Deadly Slumbering Primordial. Wow, okay. And Primordial Depth Charge. That is very scary. If this thing goes off, nope, okay. Skyscraper zapped them. Nice. And they had 532 poison on them. Also very nice. I'll take it. Day 10. Things are going to get a little scary here because we only have 4 wins going into day 10. So we're going to need to do basically ridiculous things to get these next 6 wins in a row. But hey, stranger things have happened. So we have our options here: Medkit, Gumballs, or JJ. I like our items. That said, I want to keep scaling, and crit chance is also good for us. We have so much gold. We could buy and sell more than 10 items just through JJ, so let's go to JJ. Doesn't look like we're doing that here though, but we can do this and re-roll this. More weapons so we can proc our lifting, and do this, sell here, put our truffles on board, or put our crook on board, then sell it so we get our value from our truffles. And don't need to buy the hammock. So gumballs probably would have been more value overall. That's okay. We have now here sells weapons, weapon vendor, gain some chocolates, or 5 gold. Let's get some chocolates. Okay, so can sell our chocolates. And Void Golem is scary because if it hits our Toxic Fixer-Upper or our Skyscraper, both will be bad. Also, Property Baron is just so good for us, so let's fight the Property Baron. Here's the item, Subscraper. Big heal item. And they get zapped by our Skyscraper. It's doing a heck of a lot of damage. It gives us a billboard. Okay. We have now we've leveled up here. We have shield skills, weapon skills, and skills unique to Pygmalion. Let's look at some Pygmalion skills here. Okay. Could get upgraded housewarming. Don't really need that. Reinforced steel. When you use a property, your weapons gain 5 damage and 5 shields. That would scale our Skyscraper. But what I'm really looking for is cooldown reductions. Let's keep rolling. Or crit chance is not bad either. So critical investments, your properties have plus 10 crit chance. Let's take it. It's not the most powerful, frankly, but it is what we got. And this is billboard, very good for our board. This item's cooldown is reduced by 1 for every value it has. And you shield or heal, you gain 1 value for the fight. So I could start scaling it pretty effectively. But I think I'm honestly starting to like the damage from the skyscraper to get the games over with instead of relying solely on this poison. So I think I will be selling it. And just looking at our options here. Midsworth Tool, our Jules Cafe. Let's get Midsworth. Okay, many prime candidates for buying and selling. Sell these things. Let's buy shipment. Sell the shipment. What do we got here? Gold VIP pass, nice. Halliday, Mantis Shrimp, Yo-Yo, let's buy that. Private Hot Springs, buy it. And we sell it. And we'll roll here. Okay, so let's buy the pawn shop first. Then we can also buy these 2 other items. Then this will min-max on our value that we're getting from our pawn shop. So sell, 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 sell. And let's look at our options. Sells large items, not bad. Mysterious Portal, a rare event. There are some rare events that would be very good for us. Paul selling large items would have a lot of value that we could gain, but I'm in a little bit in do or die mode. I have to start finding just the way to make my board the most powerful, so I am going to go through the Mysterious Portal here. And we get burn items. Cool. Let's see what they got. They have some expensive items that are not good for us. Again, this is just 1 more damage on our board, so I'm going to buy it and sell it. Same for this luxury kiss. I'm going to buy and sell. Let's roll here too. Fiery Aerodrome. When any item gains freeze, your other burn items gain +1. It's a very strong item, but nothing that we need. And we're not close to proccing the ledger. Need 4. I guess we could sell that. I could buy 3 items. Yeah. Let's keep going. Okay. So, into our next fight here. Make sure our items are in the correct place. And fight another Vanessa. What do you have for us here? Okay, 1 item build. It's a flagship. It doesn't have the most damage on it, so I think if our skyscraper goes off, it will one-shot them. And that's what happened, but also the poison was going to get him too. So, good stuff for us all around. And having our stained glass window on board feels good too. If we win the fight, our properties gain 5 value, so it's pretty nice. Okay, so again, this needs 6. Let's put our items where they need to be. And Midsworth. Again, I'm looking for like a medium item upgrade, so I'll just take the chocolates here. Can sell those. I do really want an upgrade to these 2. Gumballs is just free at this point though, so I'm going to take the gumballs. 3 crit chance ones. Nice. It's actually plus value or plus money for buying and selling these gumballs, so even better, even better. Sell, sell. And like we said, Void Golem, if it hits our items in the wrong way, we'll just die. So let's fight Trash Titan. Trash Titan doesn't have anything we really want, but they have the most amount of money that we can get from 2 options that we know we could defeat. And I really just don't want to die and risk losing that glass window. Okay, so we have options of getting max HP, gold tier loot. Gold tier loot could be cooldown reduction, so let's do it. It was gunpowder. Okay. So, Goldie could have upgrades for us. Again, just gonna take a chance here on the rare merchant. See what we see. Okay, some decent items here. Let's get our items into position to buy and sell. Don't need to sell the gunpowder just yet. Is this a property? Yes, it is. It's a 2-space property. Having cold room seems like a very strong item, but not one that we need right now. And then buy this. We'll roll. It's a very expensive roll, but if we do spike an upgrade, that'd be great. Not really things I want to see. Sell our marbles. Sell the gunpowder. Can sell the pawn shop. This is not a property, but this is. And let's keep going to another location here. Okay, can gain some additional XP, or it could go to Quixel. They won't have any large items, but medium items is what we're looking for anyway. So, let's go look at Quixel. Sell some of these. And getting a little low on funds. I'm just going to roll and see if we hit a property. Crystal Bonsai. Nope. Okay. Alright. Let's put our items back in place here. And we're up against a Pygmalion. Looks like they are a pretty strong Pygmalion build that lost maybe once or twice early and then kind of kept going off from there. But nothing to do but to try. So let's see what they got. Gumball machines, ladle, black ice. Freeze 2 medium or small items when you freeze poison. Well, we don't have any of those, so looks like we just zap them. Deadly cold room as well. Pretty cool. But we're zapping. Alright, another win under the belt. And what do we have here? Okay, medium item upgrades. That would be good. Can again go to get some more chocolates. I think these item upgrades are worth it if we can hit them, so let's try. If we don't hit it, buy the lumbors to sell them. And we again do not hit, but that's okay. Let's keep moving forward. And yes, small items can get a free small item or fight a monster. Let's fight a monster and hope it's not something we can't defeat. Lord Arkin, that's one we can defeat for sure. Man, our skyscraper's doing over 8,000 damage. Pretty nice. And I kind of want the eclipse from them, just as much money as possible. Okay, we level up here. So, do we want to upgrade one of these over looking for a skill? An upgrade on our stained glass window could be pretty big. Let's do that. A skill, I think the best thing we could find is cooldown reduction. But this going from 10 to 20% cooldown reduction is kind of like finding that skill to begin with, so. Alright, and Void Colossus, I think is going to be our fight here. So let's go and see what they got. They do have a means of item destruction, but it's not more, or it's not going to go off before we can zap them, and thus we zap them. Whenever you burn, charge a shield item 1 second. Cool. Well, I don't have any burn, but this is a good skill. And now we've leveled up. Can get heal skills, weapon skills, or diamond tier skills. I'm a sucker for some diamond tier skills. Let's look at them. Okay, healthy tip. When you gain gold, permanently gain max health. That is very strong with our ledger. Rapid relief. When your enemy has more health than you, your heal items have cooldowns reduced by 15. That's good. And when you visit a merchant, plus 75 max HP. Let's roll here. There's bigger things that we could hit. Okay. Invigorating cold. The first time you freeze, haste 3 items. We don't have any freeze. 9 regeneration or commercial zoning. I'm going to take the commercial zoning. It's not that much damage, but it says whenever you use a property, deal damage equal to double your gold. So I'd be doing 88 gold or 88 damage right now. It's not horrible. Okay. Let's sell this so I can do math a little more easily. 60 gold here. We could go to Paul, where we could try and force a skill upgrade. Yeah, let's see what else we could find here. Okay, medium items less enticing. Let's roll. Don't need shield items. There's a skill vendor. Nice. Okay. Reinforced steel. Not really what we want. Let's roll. And here's some nice crit chance for us. Okay, so there's more than one option here. There's an increase of 5 crit chance across the board. There's putting 16 on our rightmost item, and then there's the first time you use a large item, each adjacent item gains 15% crit chance. So our fixer-upper is going to go off guaranteed before our skyscraper. Realistically, we want crit chance on both, but I would rather have the crit chance on the fixer-upper because it'd be more damage and more survivability. So let's take the right eye and put plus 16 crit chance onto our rightmost item. Okay. The Colt has an ability where we could give our skyscraper higher crit chance. The problem is it's going to cost us a lot of our HP. That said, I think I'm going to do it. It could be our demise. Getting rid of 1200 of our max health, that is a ton. But it could allow our skyscraper to one-shot higher HP opponents. So pretty scary, honestly. I don't know if that's the correct decision, but again, we have to make ourselves as powerful as possible if we are going to want to get to 10 wins here. Okay, Dooley, do you have freeze? You have no freeze, but you also have a ton of damage. But I think we'll be able, to do exactly that. Our skyscraper went off and crit for literally over 9,000. Funny how art imitates life, you know? Let's keep it going. Day 13, we've crossed our 7 victory threshold. Oh man. And we have a crit effect enchantment as an option here. I think I can enchant either a stained glass window or a balcony with that, and that'll be pretty good. So let's look at what those look like. Okay, can't do for the stained glass window, but for a balcony, we can make it deadly indeed. So let us make this balcony very deadly. Don't want to get pushed off that thing. Ain't coming back. And now our toxic fixer-upper has 89% crit chance, or we could guarantee our deadly skyscraper to crit. I think I want to... That's a tough decision. I'll revisit that later. Let's look at our other options. Okay, JJ, let's see what you got. So expensive, these items. We're 7 away. I think I'm going to roll past it. Okay, but these are less expensive, so I'll take those. And sell, sell, sell. 4 away. Can't get that through either of these, right? Because this only is a property. Yeah. But it will take the lion's cane, try and regain some of our lost max HP. And as I said, do we want to double the value of this? Do that? I don't think so. I think we keep the board like this. I want this toxic fixer-upper to be as high value as it can, because that's actually going to make the deadly skyscraper do more damage. And our fights here, we got a property baron. Property baron is insane for upgrades for us, so let's fight him. And they are zapped. For a skill here, we get a billboard again. Not really what I want, but that's what I'm going to take. Oh, wow, okay. So our options here, we could gain 35 gold, 7 gold for each property we have. Or we could get a gold tier loot item. I think I'm inclined just to take the gold here. That's a lot of gold. Let's sell these things. Sell, sell, sell. Gain a lot of gold. Okay. Let's put our items in place. Let's go get some chocolate bars. Gold tier 1's at that. Sell them. And let's gain some gumballs. Buying and selling. Okay. Fighting a Pygmalion here. Oops. Oh, wow. I messed that up. That's okay, though. Yeah, let's just fight this Pygmalion. Looks like they're on their last legs, just like us. Okay, so they have a fiery fixer-upper and a fiery landscraper. Pretty scary. This is gonna, I think, come down to critting on our skyscraper, which we did not do. But poison does not care about shields. But I want to look at their build real quick. So yeah, wow, their fiery fixer-upper did over 2,000 fire damage, and their fiery landscraper did 300 plus. But the shield just did not matter because our poison went right through it. They also have some crazy skills here. They have like all the good skills from the property baron. Okay, feel lucky to have survived that one, but poison, pretty good against shields. Okay, let's put our items where they should be. And let's gain some max HP. Buy them, sell them. Options here, could look at tools, temp boost, or JJ. See what JJ has for us. Looks like some items to buy and sell to me. Buy it, sell it. Cold room again. Buying it, selling it. Fort, buying it, selling it. Just buying it all, selling it all. Okay, one away. Keep that in mind. Let's fight the property baron. Please have some good skills for us. If we get a billboard for a third time, maybe that's where we report a bug. Please give us the skill. Please let us be master salespeople. This is exactly what we wanted. It says your items have double value during combat. So that is an insane upgrade for us. Speaking of upgrades, we have leveled up. Do we want to have our balcony go off even faster? Look for a skill. Let's look for a skill. There's a chance that we could just upgrade this balcony naturally, so. Our skills here, our items have +1 value. We have 5 or fewer items, do 50 more damage. So that represents 200 damage if this crits. Again, cooldown reduction is the biggest thing I could hit, but none of these are bad. +1 value as well. This 4, Master Salesman 8, and then this does 3 times the amount of your items, so 8, 16, 24. So heavy firepower is more damage. But again, I kind of want cooldown reduction, so I'm going to risk it. And wow, we got something even better. Quality over quantity. If you have exactly 1 weapon, it has lifesteal and +5 crit chance. That's pretty good. Nice. Okay. Put our items in position. Let's get some gumballs. Sell these off. And let's not make the same mistake we made last time. Sell them now. Okay, and let's visit Curio here. And we're gonna buy and sell it all. Buy it, sell it. And they do even have some cooldown reduction for us. Thanks for that, Curio. Okay. Put this here. Don't think we need to do it like this, but let's just make sure that our items are gaining the most. Buy it, sell it all. Junkyard Lance, rocket boots. Put our items back in play, sell the rocket boots, and let's fight this Vanessa. We're gonna have some pretty big numbers on our board, but this Vanessa's guaranteed to have a pretty scary build, so. Turbo Eye of the Colossus, wow. Okay. Well, we don't have a lot of items for them to destroy, so let's hope that our poison is good enough. And it is. 1800 poison. No small amount. Okay. Last day here. So we want to make every penny count. That said, let's get some chocolate bars. I am going to pay the full amount. Buy them and sell them, buy them and sell them. Now our next option is to go to the dunes, where we could upgrade our weapon with maybe some more damage, but let's look at properties because we're kind of doing that through our buying and selling either way. We're going to buy and sell it all. Fortunately, we won't have enough money for this pawn shop. Unless I sell this lion's cane. I'm willing to do it. We would get another rock of our lion's cane before the day is done, but I think going as hard as we can here is going to be better for us. So as we talked about, buy the whole shop, sell all the items, and now we have an interesting decision. Let's look at Awakened District. Is there something that I would really want from Awakened District? Your shield items have plus shield equal to the value of your items. That'd be a crazy skill to get. When you use a large item, haste another item for 4 seconds. Also very strong. They have a balcony upgrade. Is it better than the Property Baron? We already got the thing we really want, but having plus 50 crit chance is also so good. Man, that's tough. These are already such high crit chance. I'm gonna go for Awakened District. Guaranteed crit might be the end of us, but I think if we can get some of these skills, either of these two skills, it would be huge for us, and the balcony upgrade too would be very good. Okay, trickle-down economics. When you use a large item, haste another item for 4 seconds. So that means that our skyscraper is going to go off faster. And what do we have? Shield skills, weapon skills. Let's look at weapon skills. Okay. We get quality over quantity again. Puts 5% more crit chance on the board. Sure. It's within the realm of things that I want, so I'll take it. And then let's gain our final value off of these items. And I should have bought the loop first. I still can. Buy the loop. Okay. And yeah. Rolling is going to leave us with too little funds, so not going to do that. You know what? Let's look at an aerodrome for our last day. A curio. Okay. There is a world where this curio allows us to go off. And these two, 6 away. Buy this, sell this, this. Our gold is net neutral. We have 3 gold. We're 1 away. Nice. Okay, well. Unfortunately, Ledger, you have done your job. We are selling you. I'm going to squeeze every ounce of value off of these items. And I guess we actually should have done that in a different order. This. And yeah, let's just, oh yeah. Didn't really matter how we did it there because we weren't getting ledger value, but the last fight. Pygmalion, 3 levels higher than us. They also have 0 wins. Let's see who is more powerful today. Looks like they have a... Okay, they frozen our items and they hit for 10,000. Okay. Well, icicles, pretty strong. And we were 1 away from 10 wins. Maybe there was a world where we put our own icicles on board from Pygmalion, or from the Curio. But hindsight 2020. Well, that was a pretty good run. We almost came all the way back from having 3 wins to getting 10 wins. And you kind of got to see what a fixer-upper build could look like. Maximized. We hit a lot of the things we needed. We found the ledger, got it to diamond, got some really crazy skills and crit chance things. So that is going to be that. Let's click on all of our fun daily challenges. Well, with that, I hope you're asleep at this point. Come on, if you're not sleeping, it's been 1 hour and 58 minutes. You gotta be sleeping right now. If you're not, there are more videos for you to watch here, and I'll see you soon.